Morning. Welcome back once again to my channel. Today we are going to verify about Panchatantram. Actually, it was a wish of my granddaughter. Before we are going to verify this, there is a story behind this Panchatantrams. That is, once upon a time there was a king, Amarashakti. He had four sons. All are just duds, means useless. Then king asked the ministers, who was ready to teach my son? Then they said only one name, that was Vishnu Sharma, the great scholar. He accepted that. So, what Vishnu Sharma taught to their students, that only this Panchtantram. Yeah, now we are going to verify part 1, that is Mitra Labham. That means being winning of the friends. How you are getting success by being with the friends. Now let's go to the story 1. Yeah, once upon a time there was an old tiger in a lake. Yeah, here it is. It was muddy lake. It had golden bangle. It used to offer bangle and killed the people by attracting them towards that bangle. One day a Brahmin was going on that way. It called him and offered golden bangle. Being greedy, he entered into the water. The water was sticky and muddy. He was struck. The tiger jumped on him and killed him and ate him. So, what we learned here? Yeah, don't trust dangerous and greedy people. Greedy is dangerous trap. So, there is a lot of danger in the greediness. Now, we are going to verify the second story. Yeah, this is the story about doves and the hunter. Once upon a time, there were doves along with an old dove who gave always good suggestions. One day, when they were flying, they found grain in a place it was abnormal. Old dove warned them that it was tricky to find grain in this particular place. But all settled down to eat and struck in the net. Then the old dove advised them to fly at once along with the net. So what happened? All of them at once flew into the air, and after that, a rat, the friend of that old dove, cut the net and saved them. So don't be attracted towards free things or free food, free chocolate. So like that. So what is the moral of the story? Unity is strength. By being unity only, they all just jumped once into the fly once into the air. Not jumped, it's just flow into the air. A collective effort ensures safety and freedom always. Yeah, coming back to the third one. Yes. Once there were friends in the forest, that is a deer and a rat. Rat was living in the hole. A crow came and made friendship with deer. The deer told the crow to go to the rat and ask them to be friends. But here, deer accepted the friendship, but rat did not accept because we know crows eat rats. It is said directly, we are enemies, there is no way for friendship. Rat conveyed the same to the deer also. So, what we learned from this story, the true friendship and the collaborates are powerful. Yes, but after that, here this rat, crow, and deer, they are going to be friends. Next, there was a crow and a deer. Yeah, these are also living this. This is the related to the first story. Crow coming to make friendship with the deer, but deer not accepted because the crow advised him not to be with enemies any friendship. So that's why. So don't believe strangers or don't believe newcomers. That is the moral of the story. So here the deceitful cat. Once upon a time there was a tree. An old kite was living on the tree along with all birds. Old kite became old, so it's being old. It wasn't able to go out and get the food. So all the birds requested him to take care of the eggs and the young birds there. And they promised him to get the food for eating. It said okay and taking care of that. One day a cat came and the cat prized this old kite. And cat told him that he wanted to be friends with kite. It accepted, but slowly, day by day, cat eating the eggs and finished all the young birds without the notice of that old kite. All the birds mistook that old bird only responsible for all this and they killed the old kite. So, what is the moral? Don't believe strangers or don't believe newcomers and don't be friendly. Be careful. Yes. Next, this is also the story of the deer and the jackal. Jackal is coming to the deer and asking to be friendship. But here the deer not accepting because both are enemies. So that's why they it didn't want any friendship with them. So it said it directly to that because don't believe strangers and newcomers and don't be friendly. The same like the Bible. Yeah, here we are looking a beggar and a rat. It is a silly story. Beggar used it to bring some food and saving himself. The rat used to steal his food and taking away and eating and something saving. One day, one of his friend, another beggar came and observed all this. This rat tried to take food from that beggar also. Yes, then another beggar asked him why this rat was behaving like this. Yeah, then he said, for every deed there will be a reason. That means the rat also appearing somewhat fat and strong. So that he said, for every deed there will be a reason. It is a simple story. Now here it is different. This is the story of gingerly seeds. Yeah, once a Brahmin, they are keeping the gingerly seeds under the hot sun, under the hot sun. After some time, a hen came and it is moving on it and it makes this seed dirty, somewhat dirty. So it was not useful for worshipping the god. They felt Brahmin and his wife. Then his wife said, he will exchange these gingerly seeds with others. So she has taken them somewhat by cleaning or doing something and asked the neighbors to exchange the same gingerly seeds in return. They got doubts. Why? Because the same. Why should be it exchanged? Yeah, there may be something wrong. They understood. So unholy gingerly says, there is something wrong in exchanging the same things. If anyone offering you the same things to exchange means something wrong, no doubt. Yeah, here this story is quite interesting. What's here means actually the hunter is coming and he just hunted. He killed swine and a deer also. At that time, he put his leg strongly on a snake. By his fourth leg, the snake was died. Before that, it bit him. Unknowingly, the hunter fell on the ground and died. Then this jackal came, greedy jackal. It observed all that. It felt very happy because it found here four items for eating. But it wanted to eat daily and it put a timetable, this for some days, man for some days, deer for some days, like that. And it didn't want to waste the food. And next, it wanted to eat. Simply, it is coming to the bow and there is a thread. The thread is made of nerve of an animal. So it wanted to eat first that nerve. It cut that nerve for eating. Then forcefully, the bow is just attacking forcefully. When it is flung open, forcefully it attacked. That means pierce the body of the jackal and the jackal died on the spot. Yeah, it happened. So greedy jackal, greed brings death or greed leads to death. Yes. So this is the more interesting story. This is a winning friendship. Yeah, we must have the friends like this. That means here you are finding a tortoise, a rat, and a deer, and a hunter, and upside a crow. These four became friends: crow, tortoise, rat, and deer, linked to the first stories. And they are living together happily, joking, talking, enjoying like that. But one day, the hunter he just caught the tortoise and taking away. Yeah, then they planned. The crow gave the information to them and they came nearby. Nearby, the deer came and looked at the hunter. Hunter ran after the deer, but deer wasn't available to him. At the time, the rat cut the sack and make the tortoise free. In that way, they helped each other and living happily. It's very good to have this type of the friends. So gaining of winning friends. Moral is teamwork conquers all or values of friendship. So this. So like this the story is telling and this Mr. Sharma making the students genius, improving their wisdom. So Panchatantra stories are really excellent. So if you have the time, follow that book. Thank you for enriching your child knowledge and spirituality. Good day.